This year divided society into two groups, left and right, and social media only helped to push the both groups further apart. I tried to listen to both groups and try to come up with a common ground, common solution, because we are all in the end just people, all of us are just humans, and we have our emotions and our reasoning. So why don't we just listen to both sides and try to find a solution? This is Switzerland, and they used to direct democracy. They get on this square in a town and vote with their ballots, those yellow ballots, on various laws and regulations for the town. Direct democracy is one of the best kinds of democracy, but even with this best kind of democracy, there is still some unfairness in the world. For example, majority will always win in debate, and majority will always dictate the smaller groups of people what to do. Compensate for dictatorship of majority, there is this nice thing called private property. Private property helps people who are not happy with majority to hide in their own world if they want to. In the end, there is no perfect solution to all people. And people try to find the perfect solution for a long time. Humans naturally were inclined to believe in God, a perfect, all-powerful, eternal being that is absolutely just and can control the world in a proper manner. So to mimic God, people try to create earth kings since ancient times. But unfortunately, kings are not perfect, not all-powerful, and they die. So people try to build various pyramids to control society. They build ancient pharaoh pyramids, they build socialism, and they try to build capitalism. But all these systems are flawed and all have problems of their own. People even try to mimic what ancient tribes do and try to build communism at great scale because they saw that communism kind of works in small tribes, a small village somewhere in the middle of nowhere. But unfortunately, on industrial scale, communism failed every single time. We are moving in a scary direction right now because of globalization, because of automation that essentially means we don't need that many people to work. And governments try to solve that by introducing universal basic income for people who simply do not work. And all kinds of other solutions are being tried right now. And they honestly, in the long term, will lead to a society where absolute majority of people are essentially slaves to the government and completely dependent on government and will always vote to give government even more control. So usually I provide original content on my channel, and I came up with a compromise system between left and right that tries to eliminate all the problems. And the idea here is how the property is being transferred when person dies. And I think that is a key point. Inheritance is a key point in the capitalism, because if transfer of wealth doesn't go between generations, then you cannot build these static elites, these parasitic pyramid systems. Instead, what I'm proposing is when person dies or gives a gift or transfers wealth in any form, it goes through a blockchain globalized ledger, which automatically registers every financial or property transaction in the world. And it's completely distributed, it's decentralized and not associated with government. Then what we have to do is to have bidders that want to buy whatever is being proposed. And that's how we estimate the real price of whatever assets this person who died has. And of course buyers can buy, like, let's say 9% of that object. 1% can go to government to support minimal government for defense, social issues and laws. So government is very small in my system, in my proposed system. Government role is essentially reduced to a service. Majority of assets, when person passes away, goes to all the people, even if it is like 1 billion people and property is as small as, I don't know, a car. It still has a price, and even those fractions, they equally distributed automatically using blockchain technology. So what will happen? And of course, maybe 10% something goes directly to heirs. And this system actually fair, and in terms even billionaires like Bill Gates, for example, it is known that he only gave his children 10 millions compared to his billion. Else 10 millions is nothing. And of course, these 10%, these are approximate percentages, and they might be on a scale depending on what kind of asset it is and how much wealth it is. Now, in such system, what will happen is that every person will have the virtual wallets with small amounts of money getting into those wallets every day, and they can buy whatever they want. They can organize into communities and fund a school or a hospital or whatever. It's all up to communities, so it's kind of a libertarian kind of system where government is very much reduced. There are no bureaucrats that control things. Let me know what you think, guys. It's just work in progress, but that's the system. I cannot find serious flaws yet. Thank you.